Okay, so I'm gonna do a reading on Velvet and Solar situation now. um, I have been seeing the videos that people. I gotta move this thing. I don't feel like it though, because you see the light is moving because the light is coming through this crack right here. So it's kind of aggravating me. I'm trying to ignore it because I don't really want to move this thing. If I move this thing, it would eliminate probably like this side of the shadow or something. But anyways, so when I first came across this information, it was like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning or something. Somebody sent it to me, somebody I know. And they was like, yeah, I was just on IG scrolling and I came across this. So when I first looked at it, the first question I asked is, who page is this? And she like, I think that's Velvet page. I think that's her main page or whatever. And I was like, ugh. I was just disappointed. I was disappointed, but I'm not anymore. Because I wanted to see Velvet in a certain light that she is not in, you know. Um I wanted to trust her a little bit. Now, I was thinking about factors like she have 2 kids now. I don't know what her living situation is, but she got bills to pay. So, T, you said that you made a lot of money. You actually told me that. So you got money. So if somebody call you in the middle of the night and be like, I pay you 20 grand to do this, and you got 2 kids to feed, and you got bills to pay, would you take it? Now, for me, it wouldn't be worth it. Actually, no amount of money would have been worth that for me. So, but see, I wasn't always like that. I was not always like that. Uh, well, I wasn't always aware that I was like that because back in the day, I had a mentality like, for something like this, it's simple. I probably had just took the money. But when I look back at situations that I was in and somebody tried to give me money and I felt strongly about whatever the fucking situation is, I did not take the fucking money. Cause in my mind, I thought I was a certain type of way, but in my spirit though, I'm another way. So when I feel strongly about something, I'll be like, fuck that money. Fuck that money. Fuck all of that. You know, fuck around. Fuck around. You trying to give me money to be quiet on some shit that I know is wrong. I might just start saying it out loud. I might just start shouting in that motherfucker. Like, I can't believe this motherfucker is trying to bribe me. Knowing motherfucker, I probably will start feeling very passionate about it. So yeah. But the motherfuckers that they deal with, they so easily bought. They take crumbs, even though they sit here and preach. That's something else. Y'all always trying to use certain tactics. When it comes to True, y'all trying to use the fact that he was in the military. So all of a sudden, we supposed to trust him because y'all using that in that tense. Like, I was in the military. So, I have certain standards and because usually we have a mentality that's attached to people who successfully completed the military oh, they serve our country and shit. But I'm not a patriot. Okay, fuck all that shit. So yeah, and I seen a lot of fucked up shit come back from the military, you know? So like people be I seen fucked up shit with the military. I seen what they do. There was a time when I was in high school and it was after 9/11. But what year was 9/11? I don't know. Had to be way after that because I was in high school. So just a few years maybe after. Anyways, at that time, they really wanted people to join the military, like they needed soldiers. I believe the war in Afghanistan was taking place at the time. So they needed people. So they came to my high school campus and they set up shop to get people to sign up. A man specifically who was getting ready to graduate. So as soon after graduation, they go straight to the military. And they made promises like, you know, I think they even help you with graduation. Like if you was going to go to the military, I think that you were sure to fucking pass. I had to ask somebody about that because I seen somebody who took a part of that social experiment. So also you would get extra money if you get married. So the shit I was seeing was wild. They will have mass weddings on my high school campus where motherfuckers who signed up to go to the military, they just graduated, they will bring they not now they have a wife. Bring them up to these places where they have like a setup where you could get married quick and fast. And they would get married to these women for that extra cash. So this is what I seen, right? These dudes will go into the army with their wives, instantly start cheating because a lot of them didn't have no real attachment to their wives. They just wanted to get married to get that extra check. Wives are now in a different country because they was taking people to like Washington from Florida. So they living in these are Floridians. And they up there in that cold ass weather, that take a change to your mood. And these women was away from their families. So when these men started to cheat and treat them wrong, they didn't have nowhere to turn. Also, the man would not pay the wives their portion of that military check. Now there was some men who I seen them get married just to get that extra money, but they knew from the beginning that it was a contract. So they would promise the girl a certain amount of money each month if she go ahead and marry him so he could get this extra money. And he would give her a percentage. Now I seen that happen too. But nah, there was some women in delusion because this could have been like their high school boyfriend or something like that. And you know, it ain't that serious. And then all of a sudden he'd be like, yo, marry me. Cause some of them made it romantic. You know, you would see dudes bringing women gifts to the high school campus and shit like that and proposing and stuff. These are young ass men. I mean, they wasn't even fully out of high school yet before they started signing these contracts to go to the military. Now, some of them was concerned about going to Afghanistan, but there was certain stipulations. Like for one, if you was the only child, they would not put you in the war zone. If you was the only child to a parent, so they would put you somewhere else, maybe in Washington or something, and you have to go through the training, but that's it. So I witnessed this. You know what? I'm just gonna tell the motherfucking story because it would make more sense. So y'all can understand how I came to this conclusion. So in high school, I got pregnant. My baby father, he got me pregnant and another girl pregnant at the same time. So much so that when we have our babies, we had them a day apart. So they are both the same age. Both are Geminis. We was in the hospital at the same motherfucking time. Now this other girl that he got pregnant, like they been on and off since middle school. I met him in high school. And this girl, man, she had an obsession with my baby daddy. Like she really, and I felt like that's why he didn't respect her. He never really respect her because she didn't respect herself. Like I'm gonna tell you like this. Mm-mm-mm. We cool now, like we cordial. Like I don't have no beef with her or nothing like that. But all right, so there was a day. Now this girl, she hated me, but it was expressed since the beginning of our relationship because I didn't understand. He was older, and I didn't understand why there was all of a sudden so many females like so fucking mad at me, but they was like her friends. And she telling them all kinds of stuff. So they looking at me like I'm trifling. To the point it escalated to a moment where they was trying to fight me because of stuff that she was saying. And these are older girls, and a lot of her friends were like basketball players. So these girls big as fuck, right? I'm sitting at lunch one day, and the girl come in and be like, "Why would you fuck with him when you know he got a girlfriend? Like you trifling." And I started like laughing. And then my baby daddy came out of nowhere and he was like, me and her been broken up for a long time at this point. Well, like a month, maybe 2 months or something like that. So the girl turned around and was like, why you got me up here confronting this girl and y'all not even together? She was getting mad at her now. And she just sat there smiling. Anyways, but there was times that he would pick me up. I don't know who car it is. Kind of find out it's her car. He would come and pick me up in her car. He would buy me lunch and stuff like that, but she would buy him lunch. You see what I'm saying? He didn't respect her for real, for real. So, anywho, now he got drafted into the military and everything like that, and he took the marriage route too, and he married her, like, which I'm thankful for. I felt like if I was of age, because when I had my daughter, I was 16, 17, I think. Yeah. They was older. So he got married with her and stuff. And like during the pregnancy, we was both pregnant at the same time. This girl was very mean to me, and she even tried to get me jump at one point. Um, it was a whole lot and everything. She even made jokes about like online, like this was MySpace days, but online she was making jokes about taking my child away from me so that she could raise my child with him. So it was just so insane. It was just so insane. I really felt like she tried to stress me into a miscarriage. But at some point, I stopped dealing with him altogether. He was not there for my first and second trimester. And I didn't give a fuck. I was so in love with my baby. I was so in love with my baby that I truly did not give a fuck. Like I was just like, you know what, it's just me and my baby. And he came back around third trimester because he felt guilty or whatever. But yeah, Anyways, they got married, and that's when she started to be nicer to me. Like we actually became like kind of like friends at the time. I don't know why she called and talked to me about what was going on, and she was very sad about it. And I was understanding, to understanding, because I was even trying to take up for her to him. Like, why is you treating her like this? So yeah, so I seen it. I seen him do that. So generations later, well, I mean years later, most of them had got divorced. They don't had children. That women became single mothers. All that military money was gone. Most of the women didn't see none of it. And now they are single mothers. So yeah, they did that. So the military ain't shit, whatever. Let's go ahead and get into the story. But it was a point to that. Yeah, so True used the military. Um, Velvet, she used religion because all of a sudden she started praising God, and people was like, looking at her a certain type of way because now she talking about, oh, I give it to the most high. Like, what the fuck do you mean, yo? When she was saying shit like that, and even though she was talking about the religion, it still made me think about her being under that programming of the cult because she used to call him most high. So it made me think like, why would she even use that lingo? Why would she even use that? You know? And that's when she was, because at one point I followed her on YouTube, but it only lasted for like a short time. Well, I forgot about it. But then one of her videos popped up and I took that moment to unsubscribe, because she came up on my radar and I was like, I don't really want you on my radar. So I'm just gonna unsubscribe. But anywho, so they use certain things, like even with Natiri in her last video, she could have made videos after that, I don't know. But the last video that I review of her, she said that she went in her prayer closet and she prayed and prayed and prayed for God to change her and some shit like that. And I don't think that she did nothing like that, but I feel like she know that if she say that to people, certain religious people are just gonna eat that up. It gonna make them weak in the knees. Oh my goodness, she gave her life over to God. And that's really what all they care about because a lot of them got attracted to this energy because Alihio was calling himself God, and they're in their mind is thinking like that's blasphemy, and you need to humble yourself and worship my God. And they not even worshiping; they worshiping a white man. Honestly, I mean, no, let's not even do that. They worshiping a reptilian. Ooh, 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 ooh. If they really knew what they was worshiping, they would be absolutely disgusted. They would be. But they should be able to see that now. It's their fears that keep them blinded and stuck in that motherfucking box. Cause they afraid. Some fucking cowards. So they came into this energy and they just wanted Alihio to fall short just so they could say that he ain't God, and then They feel good about that. And then if the other members, they claiming that they found God and stuff like that, they just be like, oh, okay, they healed now. They healed now. And if they not fully healed, then God gonna heal them. And then when you look into those people's lives, you see that God not even healing them. So what is you talking about? Like you haven't even experienced what you want to manifest in their lives. But you feel like, you know more. You feel like you know better and stuff like that. And you know what was crazy? Because when it comes to religion, it's a limit, and it's so much past that limit that, but they so afraid to even go into that territory. So when anything bad happened to Eligio, they would be like, that's his punishment for calling himself God. So God proving him wrong. But what about when bad shit happened to you? Because I guarantee you, even though you a Bible thumping, church going, praying every night ass motherfucker, I guarantee you that you ain't living in heaven, that you don't go years without going through a situation with you not being fucked up. So what's the difference? When bad shit happened to you, what's the difference? And you see how you settle for crumbs because all they have to do is take him through some shit. And that is strong enough for you to continue to worship a false idol. Because that crumb is enough to make you believe in whatever you believe in. Because all you want is to be like justified with keeping yourself in that box. Because it's hard being in it. I know it is. Like I have not came across a Christian that did not struggle being in that fucking box. Because you keep hitting walls when shit don't make sense, you know? Like your soul is trying to break out of it, but you repress it and keep it caged in because you're afraid. So I hate fear, So I really feel like y'all get what y'all deserve because y'all waiting for something like, but y'all have the wrong perception of it, Y'all waiting for something that is already happening now, but because you're so blinded, you can't even see that. So, you supposed to be getting on a fucking boat, but you so damn blinded in your religion that you ain't gonna do that. It's like that story with a man, he was floating in the ocean and he kept asking for God to come and save him. And a boat came by and be like, get in my boat. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna help you. And the man was like, nope, I'm waiting on God. So the boat went ahead. Another boat came. Nope, I'm waiting on God to save me. So that boat left. The man drowned. Now this part, he ain't go to no motherfucking heaven, but he probably ran into an aspect of himself or whatever. And the man supposedly asked God, why didn't you save me? And he was like, well, I sent you two boats, but your dumb ass was too blind to see because of the way that he believed, the way that he perceived God. And y'all perceive God in a way that don't make no fucking sense, that always keep you in a state of misery because of the way that y'all perceive God. Because you perceive God differently than that, you will have more peace. Actually, you wouldn't be fighting so hard to repress things. Like there's a different vibrational thought going through my mind as I'm saying this, but I can't find the words. It'd be so frustrating because That's why I be always feeling like I'm not explaining myself clearly because it's so much more, but it's just hard. That's why I try to use situations. So I wait for the universe to provide a situation where I could show, I could show you because I could show you better than I could tell you. For real, for real. So yeah. And that's what I appreciate about this whole carbonation shit is because they gave really good examples of what not to do. Why did Velvet take this job of fucking with Solar? Why did Velvet take this job? See? And you know it's so fucked up, Velvet, is that they make your situation hard on purpose. Just so you could be vulnerable to doing what they want you to do. So they keep you in a state of desperation just so they could use you when they want to. See, rescuer came out reverse. Assumes that rescue will reciprocate. Assumes that rescue will reciprocate. Keeps the rescue one needed. Told you. They keep you in desperation. They keep you under their motherfucking foot. So when they need to use you, you be open and willing because you already in fear. And you don't believe that something better will come along. So you just submit. That's why I know you don't believe in God for real. But thank you for showing us that like a person could read the Bible and be praying all motherfucking day and don't even really believe in God. Don't believe that you deserve better than that. Why this card coming out? Came out reverse. Oh my God. And then I look over and seen Lover. That's why I was shaking my head because using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda. Yeah, I knew that. I motherfucking knew that because I knew when I made that comment in the last video. Well, for a moment, I seen Velvet and I was like, damn, she beautiful. I knew that they would try to capitalize off of that one motherfucking moment because they knew that she gained the attraction of certain people. That's why they wanted to use her. And they felt like CT, you was panicking. That's why Aries, you shouldn't be in your position as a motherfucking Aries. That's how I be feeling at times because too impulsive under pressure. But see, how I'm thinking about this shit, these people, they can't even reach that. They can't even reach that. They think that because I liked her just a little bit, that if they put her in front of people's face, that nobody would have anything to say. And I also felt like they was trying to distance themselves from it. But see, this the thing though. This the motherfucking thing though. So the person sent me this photo maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and I went onto your page myself, Velvet, and I read a little description, and you said something dumb like checkmate. And I laughed until tears came out my motherfucking eyes because I couldn't believe that you was that stupid. I just couldn't believe that. I don't believe that. I really don't. That's why I feel like you got paid into this position. But then mind over matter, my bad, mind over matter, mind over the matter, still stupid as fuck, and you just don't understand that. Um, in the T, they put up some videos or whatever, like they was gonna preview it later, premiere it or whatever, and it was like very similar topics. I think I even worded the title the same. So that's how you motherfucking know that y'all motherfuckers be if y'all not communicating, but I think that y'all is, I think that some of y'all is paid, but if y'all not communicating, that means that y'all operating on the same frequency. I like how y'all trying to combat what I said, but they don't mention you. They don't mention you because they terrified of people finding my channel. They terrified. So they don't mention you, but they talking about you. All right. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight, and sharing life riches, Midas, miser. I really feel like, Velvet, she want a certain type of lifestyle, and she don't really value herself because she willing to become whatever they tell her to. Like the way that y'all executed that, it seemed very like last minute rush. So Velvet posted a picture of not her and Solar together. I guarantee you that y'all just started fucking talking. But of two separate photos and was talking about starting. This is very specific. That's why I feel like the T called you and set this up because she was trying to take the heat off of her so that she could look like the hero still. So she could look like she fighting against this energy, not trying to become one with it. Um, I think there's a side plot with the Nateri. I think y'all gonna try to make her seem mature or something like that. Y'all dumb as fuck, yo. Y'all dumb as fuck. mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. Cause I don't know, like T, did you promise Nateri something? And when I was listening to that last video that I did, I realized that you be pillow talking with Nateri. You be pillow talking with that girl. I remember somebody coming in my comments saying that they think that the T is attracted to Nateri, and I was like, I was still trying to think more of you, T. I was like, with this crazy ass, like, I mean, Nateri got real issues, okay? Nateri got real issues. And the T expressed to me that she's seen the issues. So if she was attracted to her, that means that you're attracted to broken people. And you're attracted to broken people on purpose. Cause that's what fucking narcs do. But I think that you might have promised her a position. Yeah, I ain't shit. Oh my gosh. I also think that there was a conversation of like, I'm thinking that whoever Velvet talked to, they really tried to convince her that this was a good idea. Because they still trying to hold on to the fact that the knowledge, like they keep saying the knowledge. Y'all started saying something different now because I call that shit out, but same thing. But they trying to hold on to the fact that this knowledge or whatever is superior. Like your mind shouldn't be changed about this knowledge. The knowledge, out of everything, the knowledge remains intact. So, I think that y'all do want people to believe in certain aspects of that so-called knowledge. Like y'all trying to protect that for some type of reason. Now, with this Samaritan card come out, I'm thinking that Velvet might have a delusion playing in her head that she could do it better. She feeling really confident. She feeling really confident about really being chiefess. She feel like she really is that. Like it's something really wrong with these people. Like being under Eligio, like the way that he broke them, I feel like they need like particular healing for that. Like time to, I don't know. I feel like they need real help. Okay. They really need to be disillusioned. But nobody is taking the time to do that. Instead, y'all want to be actors and act like y'all already did that on your motherfucking own. And then Pice up here talking about it only took him a week and a half to process the trauma that he been through. Why do y'all think that would even make sense? That's why I be thinking like y'all stupid. Why do y'all think that can make sense? And why do y'all think that y'all could convince people that these people are people we should look up to now? That these people are heroes and shit like that? Why? I don't get that, you know? But sometimes when I look into the comments, it seems like people is falling under that illusion. But that because people don't think for themselves. These are very lost people. People ain't actually listening. I found that out when I was doing the Ghazi video and the TCU trifling because you edited that video. And you telling me that you couldn't see the deception in it? You call him a dangerous cult leader, but they was arresting him because he was feeding the homeless? You didn't see nothing wrong with that. Huh? That really that don't feel right to me. But because of your video, just because of how you title it, even though the information in there was clearly pointing out like this shit was a setup, people is really just taking your title for what it said, that this is a dangerous cult leader. They instantly started to compare him to Eligio when it's not the motherfucking same. When it's not the motherfucking same, just because of the way that you title it. And these motherfuckers can't think for themselves because, there's somebody that came from your channel to my channel. They was mad that I was saying what I was saying in my first video. I think I did 4. But I hope that you continue because I guarantee you when you got to video 4, you didn't think the same. You did not think the same. But see, y'all go quiet then. Y'all go quiet then. Motherfuckers don't think for themselves. They see some shit on the news, they see some shit on the media, and they just take it for that. They think it's because it's on the news that it's instantly creditable. That is something that they should believe just because it's on the news. They don't think for themselves. They just take what they hear, man. Shit irks me. So yeah, Velvet, you just as crazy as Natalia ass. You know, I'm tired of your ass. Tired of all y'all motherfuckers. Just as crazy. And she thinking that, she thinking that she really doing something. Like she rebelling and I mean, why it's something that made you give you like this false sense of pride. What is that? Pride was the T ass, cause she real good at that shit. She real good at that. Like she will butter you up, make you seem like you so important and stuff like that, but only when it's convenient. Because I remember there was a time I asked you, like, do you watch my videos? And I asked you that not to be arrogant, but I asked you that because you was making it seem like you didn't understand me. So I asked you, did you watch my videos? Because if you did, then maybe I could point out an instance that could help you understand what I'm talking about. She was like, I mean, I watched some of them, but she tried to make it seem like she don't be really watching my shit like that. But yes, you do. Yes, the fuck you do. But she was trying to make it seem like that. So she will make it seem like I'm high in other people's eyes, but not hers. But she used that as a motherfucking tactic. So she really know how to make people feel a certain type of way. Offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority, challenges authority to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, helping those in need with no expectation of return, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guides. What gave her that false sense of confidence? Something somebody was saying to her. They are motherfucking lotto. Thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidence. Yeah. It could have even been like um the T telling her like, oh, Natira, she really trying to be like you. Some shit like that. Some shit like that. It's something that supposedly supposed to be private, but I think it's made up. Like, let's see. Something that supposedly be private. That Velvet heard and all of a sudden now she feeling like she that shit. She the shit. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all bet not be saying it's me. Y'all bet not be saying it's me. I'm kind of feeling like it is, though, honestly. Like, the T could call her and be like, well, she really looked up to you, Velvet. All right, so what is this gossip about? See, offer, proposal, commitment. She was offered this position. Racing, running, avoiding. That's backwards. Somebody could have also convinced her that her doing this would show that she facing her problems head on and not running away from them. Motherfuckers. Look, gossip came out again in a whole different fucking deck. Mm-mm. I feel like they could have had told Velvet that somebody was jealous of her. Somebody wanted to be like her. What was the gossip about? Mm-mm-mm. Wow, bitch. It could have been something between her and the Terry. Like, it could have been something like that. Mm. I remember having a conversation with somebody and they were saying something like this. Like they were saying that Velvet could be trying to get Nateri back for something. Yeah, but if that's what you're doing, then your insecurities run deeper than what I thought. Like, and honestly, I feel like they kind of setting you up in a trap because I think that this gonna backfire on a way that you don't like. I really feeling like that. Like this is not gonna work out like how you wanted it to, how they promise you it will, or whatever. Let's get out the Kepper. Kepper is good at revealing identities. Who is giving this information? Who is giving this information? I hope it ain't Solar. Who is giving this information? Application, lovers, adjudication, concern, unexpected income, family room, child. And to be real with you, I really feel like they don't really give a fuck about this case because I don't see why do anybody think that dealing with Solar is good for the case. I don't see why is that. Like if I was a fucking lawyer and I would be questioning this shit. Like I would, but I feel like they all work together, so they might not ask certain questions. They be purposely stupid or not looking at certain things because this shit is fabricated. Um, The main male came out reverse, but I do feel like they could have had sent Solar to her, and Solar was giving her so-called unknown information. Like he up there talking to her, but I feel like he was sent. He was sent. The conversations could even be recorded, honestly. The conversation could have been recorded. What was the concern about? Online looking for info records. It could have been something deeper than money. Mm, it could have been something deeper than money. They could have something on Velvet that kind of make her have to be a puppet. It still ain't no reason, to be honest with you. It don't matter what information they think they have or they say they have. None of that shit really matters. It really don't. It ain't worth being anybody puppet. The thief card came out with expectations. They thinking that they swapping something, like they exchanging something, that they stealing something from somebody else, like an opportunity from somebody else. Like they kind of feeling like they winning in some type of way. I do feel like Velvet could have been short money, and money that she thought she was going to get, like she didn't. She didn't get that money. I'm thinking it might be tied into like a business or something like that. Like something didn't work out how she wanted it. Cause I think that she did try to escape this. Um, I do feel like she did try to escape it, but something didn't work out like she wanted. But like what she don't know is that they do that to you on purpose to keep you stuck. They do that on purpose to keep you dependent. So if she did like start a business or something like that and the business didn't work out, she didn't make as much money as she thought she was going to, or she didn't get as much customers as she thought she was. Um, these motherfuckers, they will sabotage your business, stop your flow of money and stuff like that. But it's all to make you dependent. But there's other ways, spiritual ways that you could tap into and you could push back on that, but you have to learn it, you know? And with your state of mind, the way that it is now, I don't think that you should be even lighting candles, to be honest with you, because um you're not thinking clearly. You're not thinking like a divine person, because a divine person would have had thought more of themselves than to do this. All right, so let's just get some cards on how she truly feel about solar. And then I think I'm gonna wrap it up. All right, so how do Velvet truly feel about solar? Are your possessions? Someone may try to separate you from your money. How do Velvet truly feel about solar? She don't even like this motherfucker. I think she really do see solar as like corny. How does she truly feel about solar? She do see him as an opportunity though. She feel like maybe she could make money with him. Maybe get some form of inheritance. I do feel like they taking something from somebody else. They could be trying to take something from what they promised to Nateri. They could be trying to now give it to Velvet because Nateri is not gravitating the attention that they want. She's not doing that. Like if you go and listen to that video of Terry speak with your eyes closed, she sound like the dead. Like she really don't have no life in her voice. Um, she also lazy. Like she don't do good work, you know? They probably told her to get prepared to do this video about solar and instead she went out there and mimicked somebody else. And they feel like Velvet would do a better job. Fighting over profit and who gets credit on projects leads to failure. Watch out for someone who is envious. No one will promise. Selfishness, preoccupation with profit and personal advancement will prevail, putting individual needs above those of the group. Dooms new projects. Conflict at work or at home. I feel like she don't even like Solar. Like sometimes she might even talk to him like he ain't shit. A female, a perfectionist, conceals her true emotions, vicious gossip. That gossip keep coming up. Betrayal, not a true friend. Say what she thinks people want to hear. She is envious of you. Do not trust this woman. She causes problems for you. It's really something about gossip. I think they may be trying to create like a real war between Nateri and Velvet. Or she could have had heard that somebody was trying to take something from her. See, this the thing. I don't think it's just the members, the actors who is going around and mimicking people, but I feel like the people, like the T, the gatekeeper, and then the people who control her, um, they also do the same thing. Like this is how they create like their storylines and stuff like that. So I feel like somebody could have been telling Velvet, like, oh, this person is trying to just like Cause it's just weird that one girl, I posted your comment that you sent me after Nateri first started doing spell work and shit on me, and you said something like, yeah, Nateri is doing spell work on you and she draining your energy. But then you said something like, and she most likely gonna get the attention that you always wanted. So I was like, oh, so this bitch throwing shade. And then she said something like, I hope you pick up what I putting down and shit. And then you recently came into my comments talking about, well, when I said that she was doing spell work on you, I was the bad guy. Bitch, before you even had said anything, I had already mentioned it in a motherfucking video. But yeah, you don't say shit like that. You coming to me with my motherfucking information, something that I had already said, and then you gonna tell me that, like, this shit is so weird. These mimic demons are really weird as fuck to me. Like y'all almost like a echo or something like that. Like you gonna take what I said in my most recent video and come and tell me like it's from you. And then gonna throw shade at me at the same time. Like, and I really felt like this bitch, she was trying to hurt me. Like she was trying to kick me while I was down. And that's what they do. That's what they do. Like you would think that if these people was to see you and you hurt and you down, they would try to help you or something. No, they take that opportunity to finish you. They want to make you feel like you ain't shit. So, but the way that you just popped up in my life, though, it really felt like you was sent as well. And I talked about this girl in one video. I don't know which one it was, but I talked about, originally she wrote me, asking me a question about karmics or something like that. And then she started talking about, comparing me and her boyfriend pattern together. And then all this other shit. All right, how do Solar feel about Velvet? Yeah. I was feeling like he felt like he hit the jackpot. Like he feel like he doing something for doing this. Because his goal is to be better than Eligio. So he feeling mm, but I think the way that Velvet is towards him is discouraging him because she's not the same as she was with like Eligio. Like he might be in a position where he have to kiss Velvet ass and he feeling a way about it. You are drowning in details. Your view of the big picture is obscured by something. Too many choices, lack of clarity and direction. Develop a strategy and stick to it. Research carefully. Radically new ideas are needed. New beginnings are possible. Plan carefully and execute the plan. See, I think that what they don't know is that what they are getting are crumbs. Um, and they are being played themselves. And these people that's in control of them will throw you under the bus at any moment. Like if you don't do it how they want you to do it or get the reaction that they want it, They will take your ass off the shelf. Like, look what happened to Pice. Where Pice at? Since he came out with that video. Now they might bring him back just because I said some shit like that. They be doing shit like that too. Because what they trying to do is they trying to outsmart you. But like with me, I'm not even trying to outsmart them. I'm just looking for the truth. That's the difference. But they trying to get you to believe into a lie so bad. That's what they focus on. That's why they not gonna succeed. Cause they still trying to do shit the old toxic way. And it's almost like they can't even comprehend something beyond that. They can't do that. That's why their lives are not working well. Only to people that are still asleep. But people who are even like on the cusp of awakening, it's starting to pull away from this energy. Or they have a different outlook of it. So, that's weird. That's weird. But I feel like they concerned. I feel like they are concerned because shit ain't working how they want it. How is this organization feeling? How this organization feeling? I feel like they feeling stupid. This is the Page of Pentacles reverse. And they feel like they didn't invest in the right thing. How is this organization feeling? Like they keep feeling like they're taking the wrong direction. But they feel like something must work to deceive people. They feel like something must work. Something always work. Eventually, they just gonna have to tell the truth. Eventually, they're trying to prevent that though. Mm. I think some of them are starting to realize that they was in a scarcity mindset. I think some of them are starting to get enlightened, but their fear is keeping them trapped in the illusion that they have to do this. Because this came out reverse. And then I also had the lovers reverse. It's something about every time I see this card, I do think about twin flames. Um, I think that they starting to question why are they put on this path to destroy this union. Can I get clarity on that? Clarity on the level. Oh, that's so many cards. Jesus. Mm. It's to prevent revolution, honestly. That's like the main thing. Look, the musician is reverse. Two of Pentacles reverse. Nine of Cups reverse. The Star upright. What is this? Three of Wands? Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. Hmm. I think that they starting to see that because in the middle of these cards is the star. And then at the end is the Queen of Swords. But in between these cards, like this is the middle of the journey, but this is like what it's leading to. And I like this card because this Queen of Swords, she is like teaching. I feel like she is like teaching to this woman. And this woman is pregnant with ideals. So, like a leader of the next generation is showing other generations. And she pointing and she got a smile on her face, like, you go this way. She like, listen, I just need some advice. I'm not sure what to do. And she like, look, you go this way. She giving them direction. And this the last card that came out, but in the middle, it showed like a literal battle. See, this the Three of Wands. This came right before that Queen of Swords card. This came out reversed though. So this letting me know that the divine feminine or the divine person in these relationships, because of what they had to survive, they become like the Queen of Swords. But I like how the Queen of Swords is depicted in this deck because it's showing her doing something instead of just sitting on a throne with her sword. It's showing her communicating. And she looked friendly. She don't look all mean and shit like how they be trying to make the Queen of Swords to be. But um and they concerned about that. They concerned about that because I believe what they thought is that this person was gonna fall, but this is reverse. They thought this person was gonna stay guarded. Look how skinny they is. Like they're not eating. They thought this person is gonna be poor and out, stuck in a cold, give me Five of Pentacle energy, but it's reversed though. But the reason why the 10 of Wands is coming out instead of Five of Pentacles is because they wanted this person to destroy themselves by being so guarded that they don't let opportunities in, they don't let love in, they don't let learning in. A person in this type of mindset might run to religion or something like that to distract themselves from the pain, or maybe run into drugs or something like that to distract themselves from the pain, or run into a cycle of toxic relationships to distract themselves from the fucking pain. But that's what they thought that was going to happen if they created division between the lovers. But this could also mean unity of self as well. This could mean unity of self, like this you coming in balance with your feminine and masculine energy. And I think by you doing that, like you manifest like a twin flame type of love. I'm starting to understand. Because I was thinking about uh the twin flame and shit like that. But I be feeling like the people who backstab me, like the person who was like, you my twin flame, yada yada yada. Um, how could I ever trust you? Like, how could I ever trust you? Right? So I think there's something that we manifest inside ourselves internally, and then it get expressed outwardly. And I feel like that's a more peaceful way to look at it as well. Oh, and then after the 10 of wands, the 10 of pentacles came out reverse. I feel like this is them trying to take away the star legacy, their abundance, trying to strip that from them. But the star fought back. She became into like the Queen of Swords. This is her like starting over. Mm. Eight of Cups, I think is supposed to be that card that the person is walking away from the cups. But in this card, there's somebody who's giving a speech, and these people have their cups behind them. But this was reversed, and I feel like this represents how divine people, how they shatter their illusion. Is that when these divine people start to speak, they surround these people with a whole bunch of bots that discourage them, that make this seem like what they saying is stupid. Like that's the first step. That's the first motherfucking step. Because first you start waking up and you start to express yourself like online and shit like that. Um, People start acting funny with you. Like I was on Facebook and I would make posts like deep posts. And people will purposely skip over those posts. Like they would not like it, they would not share it, they would not do anything with it. But that's like a psychological tactic. Now the people who doing it, they might not be sure why they doing it. It could just be a trigger for them or something. They might feel jealous that you could even think of something like that. So they purposely don't like it or something like that. Or it could be all kinds of reasons that is attached to their own insecurities and attached to their own shadow. But because they don't take the time to do the shadow work, they can't overcome it. So they just get consumed by it. So these are the things that they try to do with us. Keep us in fear, but this is reverse. I look at this card like a fear card. Cause look at his face. But this is reverse. So they try to keep you in fear, confusion, self-doubt, keep you away from your dreams. Mm. This also came out reverse, but it almost come out reverse in protection because he reaching for this woman, but this woman could be an illusion. So, hmm. So he reaching for this woman, but he have these cups behind him. Hmm. Came out reverse. I do feel like, they already knew who we are. They know who we are. And since we are young, they do little things to us to keep us insecure, to keep us oppressed, to keep us in fear. But I just don't feel like it's working. And I feel like they was warned that this day will come, but it just got like too comfortable or something like that. Or maybe they couldn't hear the message. I do feel like certain things are channeled to us that they can't interpret. Like even when they put out a movie and they might be thinking like this movie is going to lead people down the wrong path, but it will be little subtle instances that bring awareness to somebody like me or something like that, that we see in it. Because it's duality and everything. What is infused with the light is also infused with the dark. Like it's both infused together. So, yeah. And things become enlightened. And then also things become corrupt. It's like that saying, like you having two wolves inside of you, and you become like whatever wolf that you feed the most. So you might have one wolf is of darkness, one of light. So whatever you feed the most, you will become that. So and everything is infused with that. Movies, programs, and everything like that. But I just think that people who is completely corrupted by the dark, they cannot comprehend the light. But I do feel like the light can comprehend the dark, because especially if you came from darkness, a lot of us, we come in this world and we have such traumatic situations. Shit is not handed to us. We have to work hard for what we have. And going through that process, you can have like a whole lot of dark mentalities that manifest. And then by you choosing to let it corrupt you or not, that's what happened. But some people choose to be corrupted. And when they could like completely corrupted, they will feel like there's no need for the light. So they will start to even hate it. They will start to hate the light. And they become in the darkness, meaning like they can't see. They can't see shit. That don't mean that it's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Like in that my last video was Solar and Nateri. Solar was saying some dumb shit like, you know, we do stuff in the dark because when it's dark, there's nothingness. But that's not true. It's stuff there in the dark. You just can't see it. That's why you keep bumping into shit. But that's how he perceiving it, because it's like being in a dark room and you not knowing what is there. And that could scare you. Like, damn, I can't see if there's anything there. So you telling yourself nothing is there. You telling yourself nothing there exists because it's dark and I can't see it. So if I can't see it, that means that it don't exist. But then somebody with a light come around and you start seeing shit and you might get mad. So you try to take out their light. That's why I said that they attack your solar plexus. It's just like when somebody is very cruel to you, like let's say there's somebody that you look up to, it's like them, even if they're using their words, it's like them taking a punch in your gut and they know. Like what the people that is consumed by the darkness is that they know how to create more darkness. They know how to take out somebody else's light because somebody took out theirs and they remember that. So that's what they know. So you come around with your light. Then you have some people like the narcs, like they feed on other people's light, but they still can't comprehend it completely. They can't really, because it's not theirs, it's borrowed. It's only borrow because they can't keep it. That's why, like, when they die, that's why you hear people say, like, if they had like a narcissistic parent and a parent was to pass away, they would say that they felt freed because of that. Because once they pass away, that light that they took from that person automatically go back. It also go back when you stop giving that energy, your attention, your time. It will also your soul pieces will come back to you. It will leave that person and come back to you. That's why they say the best thing is to ignore a narc. So yeah, the people in the dark, that's what they do. But like the narcs, like the mind demons is what they call them in that book that I was sharing. Um, they know how to absorb other people light. So it will make it look like they have a light, but it's actually light that they borrow from other people. Well, they stole it, that they stole from other people, but they tell people that it's their light. That's what they tell people. And they real good at it because sometimes they do it with words. You know, you ever came across a narc or whatever, and they take you down in like a passive aggressive way. Like they might say some shit about you, but they make it seem like it ain't really about you. And when you feel like it's about you, they make it seem like, you tripping. Like, you know, that means it's something wrong with you because you thinking that I care about you or something like that. They start to gaslight you. Gaslight you. Mm-mm-mm. All right, I'm just gonna wrap it up here because I don't have any more questions. Stay blessed.